Well, Copa has been, it started off as being a casino show in Atlantic City. It was a 3-minute record, a casino show. It was a breath mint, a suppository. It's it's been everything. And so why not be a television movie? It's the only song I could think of other than Rhinestone Cowboy that actually has a story to it. And Bruce and Jack wrote a brilliant lyric, and it's so difficult to do. It's a full story in 3 verses and 3 repeated choruses. I don't know how they did it. You get to know Tony, Lola, and Rico. You get to know who loves who, and you get to know who shot who, or you get to know somebody did. And it's a repeated chorus. That means they can't tell the story in those choruses. They have to tell the story in 3 verses, and they do. And so, that's an amazing, amazing trick that they did. And I wrote a very catchy melody and Ronnie and I made a great record. So I called Dick one afternoon and I said, how about making a movie?
This is Dick Clark.
Yeah, Dick Clark. How about making a movie of Copacabana? I don't know why I did that. I just picked up the phone and thought, and I thought I'd make a perfect Tony. My ego must have been out of control. But I would make a perfect Tony. I was the right age and all. I never made a movie, and maybe I just wanted to scare myself again. And he said, I think you're right. And he went to, I forget what network it was, ABC again?
I think it was ABC. Mm-hmm.
Could be ABC. And they said yes. And it was the first original musical movie on television since the 50s when they did Cinderella for Rodgers and Hammerstein. But this was a book musical. Rodgers and Hammerstein, I don't think, was a book musical. This was an original book musical movie. And we were very proud of what we had done. And, I wasn't Dustin Hoffman, but I wasn't embarrassing.
Had you still been taking acting lessons that whole time?
Yeah. But I'd never done anything like that. I'd never, acted on a stage, and certainly not in a film. And, it was the first couple of scenes were terrifying. But Annette O'Toole was wonderful. She was great to work with, and Waris Hussein was our director. But he was great. But they don't. What I learned is they don't really pay attention to the actor. They really paying attention to the lights, the sound, the stuff going overhead, and so you got to really know what you're doing, because when they say cut, that's unless you beg to do it again, they're not going to do it again. And with this one, doing a musical in 1 month was crazy. It was crazy to try to do that. You can barely get a regular drama movie done in 1 month, but to do a musical with all the elements that go into making a musical film, I don't know how he did it. And Bob Goodwin was producer, and they were wonderful, and they did it, and it wasn't bad, really. It got decent ratings, and I don't know. You probably can look on YouTube or something, but it's not bad.
And James Lipton wrote the script.
James Lipton, yeah.
And it has a lot of your own personal background is kind of in Tony's character.
He put all that in, yeah, he did. It was great of him to do that. He did. He put grandma and mama and all that stuff, accordion, right? Yeah, he put all that stuff in. And my missing father, he put that into. Yeah, it's great. And, so when I did those scenes, they were deeper than they would be if it was just a regular script. Yeah, he did that. James was great.
And you wrote 10 new songs for the?
We did, yeah. We wrote those. They were all original just for that. Sweet Heaven, I'm in Love Again, which was wonderful for Tony to sing at the Copacabana. It was a wonderful moment, and, I forget the rest of them. Man Wanted for Annette O'Toole to do. It was great. And now it goes on the road constantly as a 2-act musical, because after the Suppository and Breath Mint, it became a 2-act, a legit 2-act musical on the West End in England. And it toured there, and it stayed on the West End for a couple of years. And then now it tours over England, and it tours in the United States too. And it's got a wonderful score. And you see, you know, I look on YouTube, you can find Copa doing it from the B'nai B'rith in, you know, in the middle of the country to, you know, really wonderful, wonderful productions. So Copa is, you know, well, it hasn't died yet.